Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about why all of these family vloggers are moving themselves out of California. They are relocating to the East Coast. A lot of them are moving to Tennessee, specifically Nashville. The reason is not surprising if you know anything about family vloggers and how, gross they are, but we're going to talk for a few minutes. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so let's talk about Senate Bill 764. This is actually huge, and it gives a lot of transparency as to why a lot of family vloggers are leaving California and relocating to other states that don't have such rules in place. I mean, God forbid if you exploit your child and then you have to put some of the money aside for the kid. Can't have that happening. Senate Bill 764, or the Child Content Creator Rights Act, establishes additional legal and financial protections for minors featured in monetized online content. And if you think about monetized online content, most family vloggers are making a boatload of money off of the content that they are putting out there. Now, if this is a family channel that is just starting out, obviously they might not be monetized immediately, but usually when you put your kids online, you're going to start getting traction, and that's going to lead to being able to monetize your content pretty quickly, because there's a bunch of creeps online that like to watch other people's children. It says, and excuse my annoying voice in this video, especially because I think I'm getting sick and I'm very congested. So sorry if that annoys anyone. I can't do anything about it. It says, according to the bill's author, Senator Padilla, it was critical to adapt California's landmark protections like the Coogan Law to keep up with the natural evolution of entertainment. However, Senate Bill 764 extends past the protections outlined in the Coogan Law, which protects only those under contract. I've talked about the Coogan Law many times on my channel before. If you're curious, type in my username, Coogan Law, and it will show you those videos. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and I'm sure that when these greedy family vloggers read this, that's what really put some of them into gear to get the hell out of California. This newly enacted legislation requires content creators that feature minors in at least 30% of their content, even if the minors are not contracted to do so, to put 65% of the minor's gross earnings in a trust that they can access when they reach adulthood. And this bill also requires the parents to show proof that this trust account exists for the child or children. I have seen quite a few influencers saying that they have recently moved to Nashville from California. This is a very heavily covered topic, especially over on TikTok, because there's kind of been this whole group of mommy vloggers, family vloggers relocating. If you're willing to move your literal family to a new state just so that you don't have to save money for your child that you're exploiting in your social media, I think that is bizarro land behavior. As we know, one of the first very well-known families that left California to go to Tennessee was the LaBrant family. Cecily Bachman is also somebody who relocated from California to Tennessee. I'm not sure if Cecily's move was fueled by wanting to be closer to family, like she says, or if it's because of this, needing to save when you're using your kids. She doesn't, to my knowledge, I don't think of her as a full-blown family vlogger, but tell me how you feel down below. There have been many families do this. Now, there are still many families in California. The one family that I have thought of, are we going to see them leave California to go to the East Coast, is the Ballingers. As we know, Chris and Jessica and Colleen and Eric utilize their children to build entire brands. They are some of the most well-known family vloggers on YouTube and have a very long track record on YouTube as well. Now, the Ballinger family, Chris and Jessica, they don't upload that much. So I personally wouldn't be shocked if, because they've literally only uploaded 3 videos this entire year. I would not be surprised if one day they make a video and just say, we're moving, or we've moved. The only thing I think keeping them in California is that they are from California and they have families still there. If, and this is a big if, I could see all of them coming together, and if they can get on the same page and say, we are all going to move to Tennessee, and I'm sure Colleen would love to get out of California. You know, nobody likes her since she's been exposed as a creep. It would give them new content, a new backdrop, and the protections of not having to pay their kids and still be able to make content. And in fact, it might encourage them to make more content showing their kids. I know that's a little bit of a reach, and I'm fully willing to admit that, but I would not be surprised if all of them came together and decided to relocate. Think of all the content that they can make out of moving, looking for a place, picking out new furniture, and it's so exciting. Oh my God, not exciting for me, but I could see just an entire, 6 months of content by them moving, and then they wouldn't have to pay their kids either. So I guess we'll see kind of what happens with this. Anytime I see somebody saying now I'm leaving California to go to Nashville, I automatically click on their profile and I look to see, are they a mommy vlogger, daddy vlogger, family vlogger type situation? And if I see nothing but their kids being shown on their TikTok, then that tells me that's probably going into the decision for you to move. Now, I'm not saying it's like that for everybody, but this huge influx of people leaving California to go to Tennessee specifically is very intriguing. And I know why it's happening, and now you do too. So drop in the comments, who are some other mommy influencers, family influencers that have moved from California to another state, and you think they might possibly be wanting to dodge this new protection that people are, people that care more about the parents, they're trying to put this out there to protect these kids. And then you have the parents running to another state. In the end of this video, I also want to drop in a quick update on the Not So Resilient Jenkins, just because this really doesn't deserve its own video. I can just throw it in here and the video will be a little longer. But I was over on their subreddit, and on top of Steph Googling themselves today, which, I don't know, maybe you should try Googling Drew a job application instead, or Google where the hell y'all are going to move because the clock is ticking. She also said some other things over on Facebook that I just had to laugh at. This one thing, she literally didn't know that the eviction hearing was live streamed. I mean, what, you think you're going to go in court and have privacy? Is that what you think? She said, the part I find interesting is the pictures appear to be taken by a camera at the court, which means it was a court employee that posted it. It's wild how many people are using our name to boost views on their posts. Lady, nobody at the court is taking pictures of your bum-ass man, okay? There are cameras in the courtroom. That is for live streaming. That is for the protection of the people that are working at the court. It's for the protection of people that are in the courtroom. Do you think that you are so important that someone at the court would risk their job to take a photo of your bum-ass man so that it can be posted on TikTok? Wow, she's so stupid. She's so stupid. There was also this other post, and if I can find the screenshot again, I'll share it. It really wasn't that serious, but Steph was blocking paid subscribers from their subscriber group. And when someone confronted her about that, she said that basically, if you pay to be a subscriber, but then you're leaving a comment that I don't approve of, I'll block you. Now, this person did report her to Facebook saying that it was fraud. The other thing this person said was, I don't know if it was just to try to get a response out of Steph, but she said, oh, and I reported you to the police for fraud. Guys, like, let's not utilize police resources for a couple dollars on Facebook. The other thing that Steph is doing in this subscriber group is that she's oversharing about her child. Here, she put up for subscribers only that she has gained 2 pounds. How many times she wakes up in the middle of the night to eat. She doesn't like being put down. Drew has been one step ahead of me with my postpartum emotion dips. Bullshit. Let's not try to talk up Drew, because we know that he stays with that gaming headset on and that hood up and will once in a while take a photo to appease your TikTok. That's all. You're not going to sit there and try to trick us into thinking that he's some kind of man of the year. I don't buy it. But either way, what an embarrassing just mess. Like, she's over here on TikTok showing markers and coloring books. Let's use the markers on apartment applications. The one thing I am curious on is, with this date steadily approaching, are they going to stay together or separate? Because it's going to be really hard to secure housing for 2 adults and multiple children, neither of whom have a W-2 job, because, you know, they hate W-2 jobs. And even if Drew went out and, let's just say tomorrow, he went out and got a full-time job, you still don't have any work history. Like, what were you doing all this other time, and now you need to move, so it looks like you just went and got a job just to satisfy the application? That's not going to go anywhere. I really hope, even though I cannot stand Steph or Drew, I have no respect for them, I think they're bottom of the barrel, it will truly break my heart if they have to end up in a homeless shelter with these children. And it's not for them, it's for the kids, because to see children in a homeless shelter will shake your core if you have not seen it firsthand. I know you can see all the videos and, you know, hear random stories. I've seen kids that were literally living in a homeless shelter with their parent or parents, and that is something that completely changed how I view everything. And just to clarify what I said about both of them going to a homeless shelter, I did want to say that someone here who lives in Oregon said that they don't allow couples in the shelter. So, you know, she needs to, I think, and this is obviously unsolicited, but she needs to go back to her mother's, get her life together, and actually finally decide to stop being a bum alongside Drew, get her act together, and show up for these kids that are so sadly depending on her. But either way, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to make some tea and take some medicine, because knock on wood, I really hope I'm not getting sick, but I am super tired and just out of it. So that's it for tonight. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.